You would acknowledge that defensively, clearly you guys haven't gotten the job done these last 2 games. Are you making any lineup changes? I mean, you alluded to that as a possibility.
We'll let you know later. Like we find out their starting lineup with like 5 minutes to go. So I don't know. Like why somehow we got to figure that one out as a media league. So I normally I give it 60 o'clock, but I'm not going to do that again. I'm not just let's wait. Let's wait. When they get theirs, we'll give ours, and you'll be informed.
And how do you balance your team playing defense on Ben Simmons in terms of having space against him, because his shooting is not his forte, versus, but if you do that, you can have had a steam.
Dave, you're on it. Like it's definitely a conundrum. Where's your pickup point on him? I remember playing Rajon Rondo in the playoffs as an assistant. That was the big thing. You go under on everything. If you go back on him, he's going to pick you apart. If you get up on him, he's going to drive you. So we gotta figure that one out. I think it's definitely an issue. You have to watch a game tonight, see if we make some adjustments there.
Kenny, the start of each third quarter of the past 2 games has been a little rough on your team. Have you looked at that, and is there any particular reason for that you see?
I think it's it's them. I don't want to do your work for you, Greg, but their starting lineup has kind of had their way with our starting lineup. So third quarter, first quarter, so a big part of that is their starting lineup is excellent. They're very good, and somehow we got to figure out how to slow them down. Because they're dominating us right now.
Kenny, you mentioned before the postseason, this would be sort of an experience for your guys. What about for you? What's this process been like? How's coaching the postseason even been different than the regular?
It's really, I didn't realize it was such a big difference. In every sense, obviously the pressure, just doing even the media, your kind of pregame routine that changes. Just focusing on one team and what that looks like, and because you have more time to prepare, and now not giving your team too much, trying to keep it simple, because I think sometimes you can overanalyze this stuff. So just understanding the balance of making adjustments, and also understanding what we do well, not to overreact to, they're killing us from mid-range right now. They're shooting like, ridiculous. We're limiting their threes, which is a good job. We're putting them on the free throw line a ton. Like just getting all that information and making decisions at one team box. It's just a different deal. So much like our players, it's a great experience for me, and to figure out how to best approach it.
Coach, you mentioned yesterday that they were sending multiple guys to the glass. You guys have not been a good transition team this year as far as scoring efficiently in transition.
Yes.
Have you ever diagnosed that issue and sort of what the
Yes,
problem?
we've analyzed it. We do drills in practice. We watch film. Our transition offense, and obviously if they're going to the boards, and I'll argue, maybe we can argue after, but I think during the playoffs our transition offense has been very good. The problem is we got to get out more, and that means securing the rebound. If they're grabbing all the offensive rebounds, you can't get it. But we've been efficient in the playoffs so far. Just haven't had enough opportunities.
Coach, in the last game, obviously Karras had it going, but then it was like midway through the third quarter, he only had 13 minutes in the game. Was that, looking back on that, would you have wanted to play him more before that?
Yeah, we have a kind of script we stay with, and I don't know if I'm partial to the hot hand principle. I think of our season, I think of our team, I think about rotations, like to keep the rotation same. We could say, well, he's hot, keep him in there longer. I'll just say in general, he's playing much better, and he definitely deserves more minutes. I think you'll see him get some more minutes tonight.
Coach, J.J. Redick was obviously a thorn. Is part of the way to stop him offensively to make him work harder defensively?
And I think we are. I think we're going at him. I think we're getting him involved in a lot of pick and rolls. I think our guys understand that. Now, we also have to be careful of playing the pick-on game, because to me that's when you end up with 13 assists, right? Like okay, pick on that guy, dribble a million times. So, and that's kind of what I was saying about the playoffs. It's yes, we want to get them involved a lot, but there are 5 players on the floor, and people gotta, we gotta move it and touch it. Hopefully, in the natural flow of what we do, he'll be involved, and he's been involved a lot. So, I think we understand the game we have to play there.
Kenny, you mentioned
Yes.
obviously their starting lineup has overwhelmed yours, and I mean the one game you guys won, your bench, dominated the game. Is there sort of the thinking that maybe I shouldn't change anything and just hope the bench wins the game for us, or try and hope maybe I can get the starting lineup to be a little more balanced?
Yeah, both. Both. I do think that, I do think our bench can give us that boost. Now, the problem is they're not playing their bench nearly as much, right? They've kind of shortened their rotation, so you're not seeing certain players out there. So I think that's helped them. I do think our bench is a plus. I do think the way we've gotten it done this year is playing a lot of guys, and maybe they don't play great every game, but guys will come out of the woodwork and have great games, and you didn't expect. So I think we need somebody on that bench, or 2 guys on that bench, to come off and play really well to kind of push us over the edge and push our bench, to have an advantage.
Any other questions? Right.
Going back to D'Lo and Karras, I mean, how do you weigh the kind of problems that they could give Philadelphia's backcourt if they're in the game together, versus the fact that D'Lo's usage rate is just so high and it swallows up so much of the offense that you want to make sure that Karras, you don't put him in the lineup and you actually get less of Karras. You don't want his usage rate
Sure.
down. I mean, how do you weigh those two things?
We weigh it, and we've gone back and forth, with that. Obviously, we had Karras starting, we put him on the bench so we could get more spacing and shooting, but I also think, especially in the beginning of the season, they had tremendous chemistry. They worked really well together. So I do think the pressure Simmons is exerting on D'Angelo, that we can get that second ball, and we do. And you got to be careful just looking at the starting lineup. What happens the rest of the game? How many minutes are we playing 2 ball handlers at the same time? And then you go back and forth on that. Do we need more shooting? Do we need more of a spacer out there? So I think it's a constantly evolving and can evolve in game too.
Kenny, something that's pointed out in the box score in the first 3 games is total team assists, getting just about 14. Is that a point of emphasis or a concern coming in the game forward?
Yeah.
The ball movement?
Yeah, I think kind of what happened. I think in the first game we kind of got mismatches and we exploited them on the drives and didn't really need to move it around. We'd find a mismatch, we'd drive it, we'd lay it up and score. And now I think what's happening is, we're getting a mismatch. We're not beating our guy as well. They're kind of crowding the paint a little more, and we aren't making that extra pass. So I think we addressed it. We addressed it in film. I think the guys understand it. We got to get back to playing, play with the pass mentality. Got to do a little better.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.